At 4:13 p.m., my trail cam overlooking the southern pasture buzzed to life with unexpected motion. There she was, Marlene Vexley, the overbearing HOA chair, climbing my cedar fence in heels and pearls, wielding pruning shears like a sword. 2 minutes later, I watched her hack away at the lower branches of my cherished sugar maple, murmuring something about visual harmony restoration. Then came the 911 call. The deputy's voice crackled over the speaker, tinged with polite confusion. "Sir, we've got a report of you vandalizing HOA-maintained landscaping." I'm Caleb Dunbar. I traded city noise and endless meetings for solitude and small-batch sheep cheese when I bought Windmere Hollow up in the Silverstone Hills. I didn't come here for turf wars with power-hungry rule-makers. But Marlene, the self-anointed enforcer of all things, neighborhood-appropriate, ran our HOA like it was her private empire. No shrub or songbird escaped her scrutiny. The headaches began 3 months after my move. First came the letter. Noise violation for non-regulation goat bleats. Apparently, the bleating disrupted the serenity field outlined in the bylaws. Next, I got formal warnings about the orientation of my hay stacks, said to violate Article 8C of the Landscape Consistency Charter. I hadn't realized farming came with aesthetic mandates. Then came the wind chime fiasco. Marlene claimed my chimes produced unauthorized tones, breaching the HOA's musical harmony clause. She even attached a musical score comparing my chimes to the HOA-approved melodies. I kept that letter, framed it, actually. It's comedy gold. Soon, her compliance crew showed up. 3 retirees in matching teal polos, each with a clipboard and a tactical flashlight. They documented every inch of my pasture, scanned my compost bins with handheld UV lights, and noted the exact wattage of my barn's string lights. One of them actually asked whether my ducks were licensed waterfowl. When I installed a small pergola for cheese tastings, she issued a non-conformance report for structure of disruptive geometry. It was on my land, 40 feet from the nearest lot line, but that didn't matter. One evening, she appeared with a screwdriver, unscrewed a support bolt, and declared the modification enforced compliance. I stood inside, sipping cider, marveling at the absurdity. The notices didn't stop. Every trip to the mailbox brought a new laugh. Warning for rogue dandelions. Violation for emotionally jarring fence color. Citation for sheep grazing in non-uniform migratory formations. Evidently, Appendix G included an HOA-approved grazing pattern. Marlene escalated. Inspection walks began at sunrise. She'd pace the perimeter, pointing her laser measurer at my tomato cages. She found them 2 inches too tall. She tallied my chickens, claimed I exceeded the domestic fowl allowance. Never mind that my land was zoned agricultural. Her scouts began turning up without notice, citing the need to confirm my compliance. They loitered by the gate, photographing the angle of my weather vane and the paint sheen on my barn door. One afternoon, I caught them measuring my sycamore's trunk with a tailor's tape. Then came the night that changed it all. My infrared trail cam captured Marlene creeping into my orchard at 10:06 p.m., headlamp aglow, shears in hand, trimming my peach trees. She tiptoed like a raccoon, clipping anything that crossed her imaginary boundary. I watched the footage 3 times, first in shock, then rage. I uploaded the clip to every community group chat and tagged it, Late Night Pruning Patrol. The reactions poured in. Neighbors chimed in with stories of Marlene's misdeeds. But Marlene wasn't done. From my orchard, she called 911, claiming a resident me was aggressively removing communal greenery. I got the dispatch recording later. It was pure fiction. When the deputy arrived, Marlene was at the roadside, holding a clipped limb like it was evidence in a murder case. I stood on my porch with my tablet, calmly cueing the night vision footage. Deputy Stein examined it all. Entry timestamp 10:06, clip start 10:07, my call to dispatch at 10:09. I had reported her before she could spin her tale. Deputy Stein turned to her, tone dry. "Ma'am, you can't just cut trees on private land." She sputtered about community bylaws and aesthetic integrity. He reminded her that property law wasn't optional. I posted the incident summary and the 911 audio on the HOA bulletin board with the caption, "Moonlight Landscaping with Marlene." The post exploded. Residents shared their own run-ins. Eleanor Harper described how Marlene once tried to inventory her garden frogs. Josh Lynn uploaded footage of Marlene snapping pics inside his tool shed window. Monica Greer showed video of Marlene power washing away chalk drawings from her driveway at dawn. Within days, a special HOA meeting was called. The community barn filled like a concert venue. Folding chairs overflowed into the back pasture. Marlene tried to keep control, gavel in hand, voice shrill. She declared my orchard part of the communal shade buffer zone, presenting a comically altered plot map. But I was ready. I plugged in my projector and played the orchard footage in front of a packed house. You could hear a pin drop as she appeared in black and white, methodically snipping in the dark. The property stakes were clear in the frame. When the clip ended, applause erupted. Slow at first, then wild. Marlene's face shifted colors like a mood ring. She slammed the gavel, demanding silence. No one listened. The board members held a whispered huddle, then returned with a decision. They voted unanimously to remove Marlene from her post and refer the matter to the county for trespassing. They also motioned to install new locks on all communal areas, with me holding the master keys. Marlene stood frozen, eyes wide, lips parted. Not a sound. Her fall from grace unfolded in real time. Someone in the back started clapping again, louder this time. The DA filed charges within 2 weeks: criminal trespass, misuse of emergency services, and filing a false report. She was fined $8,500. In court, she trembled in designer silk, whispering to her lawyer, "This is a witch hunt." He just shook his head and whispered back, "Take the plea."